Welcome back. Today is Veterans Day. Time to salute and thank those who have served or are actively serving, of course, in the armed forces. Big Country Veterans, or BCV, is an organization whose mission is to honor and support our nation's heroes. According to the RAND Corporation, 1 in 5 Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans suffers from PTSD or major depression.
BCV is dealing with this head on. We sat down with a board member and treasurer for the organization, Mike Grohman, to talk about how BCV fulfills its purpose of helping veterans transform wartime experiences into positive memories.
Well, so first off, thank you for the time today. I appreciate that and your recognition of Veterans Day. So we strive to create what we like to think of as a family. We realize that veterans struggle in many different ways. So we're currently targeting the combat veterans who have some shared experiences. And we bring them out to Truscott, Texas at the Circle Bar Ranch once a year, and we have a helicopter hunt. And what we've kind of learned from our experience is, most veterans are still looking to provide purpose and value. So we've found a way to give them value and purpose through this event where it's not just a hunt, it's also helping the local ranchers and farmers mitigate a threat to their livelihood and their crops.
Wow, so it's a real win-win there.
It is, and we like to think of it that way. And as a non-hunter myself, I was a little hesitant initially. And then when I realized that we were actually providing a value, it made me really enjoy what we were doing to help someone else out.
Okay, and Mike, I know that you were in the Navy for 25 years or so, and you're there, you have the background, the coast out in Philadelphia behind you, kind of appropriate context. I'm wondering if you can share some memorable experience from your time in the service with us that's positive today.
Yeah, so I think for me, especially going into Veterans Day, what I like to remember the most is it's that couple of minutes just before we went out on a mission as everybody's prepping, kind of getting in the mindset, getting ready to go, and just looking around at your fellow service members, realizing that it's really about the person to your left and to your right, and that regardless of what happens, they're going to take care of you in any type of situation. And that's, I think, the biggest memory for me, and those pieces that I like to remember the most on Veterans Day.
And it sounds like you're really carrying that same spirit with you into Big Country Veterans and your mission there. Can you talk about what inspired you to get involved with Big Country Veterans? Yeah,
absolutely. Initially, I wasn't quite sure I wanted to be involved with any veteran organization, so I was a little hesitant. A good friend of mine recommended that I at least go give it a shot. And what I found through that weekend, not only purpose and value, but was reconnecting to that camaraderie of fellow service members who had shared experiences. And it made a profound impact on my life just over that one weekend. So we had shown up on Thursday. By Sunday, I was asking the organizers, how do I get involved? How do I become part of this? Because what you're doing out here, it's something really special. And I came back the next year and I volunteered. And then I was asked to join as a board member. So I've been a board member for the last 3 years. We're continuing to grow the program. And one of the areas that I'm the most proud of, we realized that it's not just a single touch point. We've developed this in a little bit of a family, and we've grown the services that we offer. So we now provide service animals for our veterans. We provide spousal retreats. We realize that it's not just about the veteran, but if the spouse served as well. We've done stem cell therapy. We've partnered with Parker Performance Institute and their Invictus project in Dallas, Texas, where we're sending veterans to a recovery program to help them deal with, pain and suffering after service that gets them away from opioids and, drug use. So we're really happy that we're continuing to grow this, and it's all based on the individuals coming out to our initial hunt and joining the BCV family.
Incredible. It sounds like you're up to so much, so busy. That was quite the list. Now, I want to get into this. The VA says suicide was the second leading cause of death for veterans under the age of 45. Expand upon the urgent need for the work that you do.
Yeah, so this is actually kind of near and dear to my heart. Over the last 24 months, I've actually had 6 of my very close friends that have decided to take their own lives because of their inability to adjust to the civilian world. And what we're trying to do is give these veterans something that they can grasp onto that hopefully doesn't get them to that decision that they have to take their own life. So we're hoping that by us in getting ourselves involved with their lives, giving them that continuous touch point and a family to be a part of, that has some of that camaraderie that they're used to. We're hoping we can help decrease, as most veterans organizations are, decrease that suicide percentage rate, because it is a problem and it is a big issue.
Yeah, incredible. So what do you think Americans should do to honor our nation's heroes this Veterans Day?
I'm very simple when it comes to that. I appreciate just the fact that the country has taken a day out of our schedule to honor those that have served. And typically, individuals will thank you for their service. And sometimes that's just humbling in itself. So I would say for the American people out there, keep doing what you're doing. It's greatly appreciated.
And I'll say that to you too as well. Mike Grohman, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. You have a great day.
This organization is so interesting. They create this real win-win, like I was saying, where they partner with these farms. They partner with this farm, I think it was in Texas, and they had a bunch of veterans go out there and hunt these hogs, which are basically wild pigs that have been destroying this farm. And it's actually a really big problem out there because, he was telling me that these pigs reproduce 3 times a year. And he told me that there was this one farmer he spoke to who basically had to shut down because these animals were destroying their crop.
Wow, so it is a win-win. So basically balancing, keeping the balance of the ecological system and also, helping out, because there is so much trauma out there. I've spoken to a lot of veterans as well, and it's hard to ask for help. So I think it's great that they provide that help.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a win-win for the hogs, but...
That's right. For the humans and the crops, it is.
And staying with your point about mental health, to find out more about the organization, you can visit bigcountryveterans.org.
That's right. And if you or anyone you know who may be struggling and needing help, you can speak with someone today by calling or texting the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.